If your life doesn't look like the whole Instagram thing that you imagined when you was like 20 or 21 years old, it's okay. That does not mean that your life is behind, and it certainly does not mean that you are failing. And you have to normalize telling yourself, I'm not where I thought I'd be, but I'm proud of how far I've come.
Straight to a penthouse, Miami Beach. Hey, yo, talk crazy on tweets. They don't want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peep, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the whip, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for club. Anything for club.
Hey babes, and welcome to another video with your BFF4L. I'm Shelethia Tre'Nae, and welcome back to my channel. All right, so hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a heart-to-heart video. I just turned 29 not too long ago, and baby, as I stand at the edge of my 30s, I've just been reflecting on my 20s, and oh my gosh, there were some harsh truths that nobody, and I do mean nobody, prepared me for. So many lessons, so many blessings in disguise, and unexpected growth moments that people just really don't talk about. And so today, I just wanted to share those harsh truths that I wish someone had told me sooner. The things that I had to learn the hard way, because maybe you're walking through them too. So if you're in your 20s or you're just curious about what it really feels like to navigate life, career, love, maybe even motherhood, business, self-worth, all in one decade, then this video is definitely for you. Before we jump into today's video, you guys know I love to introduce myself if you are new to my channel. My name is Shelethia Tre'Nae, and I like to refer to myself as your BFF4L. That stands for Beauty and Fashion for Lifestyle Content. So if you're into that kind of thing, then you are definitely in the right place. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, let's get into it. All right, guys, harsh truths that I learned in my 20s that no one prepared me for. Let's talk about it. Let's talk growth. We're going to talk peace. We're going to talk survival. We're going to talk about all the messy stuff and all the magical stuff as well, all at once. So the first harsh truth that I learned in my 20s that no one prepped me for is that success does not mean fulfillment. I've spent most of my 20s building, adjusting, sacrificing, learning things over and over again. And you know how growing up they tell you that you need to go to school and you need to get a good job and, you know, check all these boxes. I did all of that. I joined the military, I got married, I started a business, I became a mama of 2 beautiful children, and yet there were still these moments where I felt completely unfulfilled, because no one really tells you that success on paper doesn't always mean success in your soul. You can have all the titles, all the accomplishments, you can hit all your milestones, your career, your relationship, motherhood, money, and still feel a little empty from time to time. Know that success doesn't always feel like success. When I look back on things now, I realized that no one ever told me that making it might not feel exactly like I imagined it to in the past. And even though to some people you may have the world, you may not always feel secure, you may not always feel fulfilled or even proud of your own accomplishments. And some days you do, but other days you might feel like you're still searching a little bit. And that's normal, because success without alignment isn't peace. When you are feeling successful, but you are lacking in the purpose department, it can easily just become performance. And what I had to learn the hard way is how to redefine success. So for me, success became being able to rest without guilt, or even having time to play with my kids without thinking about all the work-life stuff, the grind, and most importantly, saying no to things, even good things, if it's going to drain me. Success that costs you your sanity, your sleep, or even your spirit, your peace of mind, that is not it. and nobody ever taught me that. The real win is when you have peace, when you have joy, when you have purpose, learning how to feel successful, even on the days that you may feel otherwise. One of the biggest shocks that I had in my 20s is losing friends that I thought were lifelong. You are going to think that your circle is forever, and then suddenly it's not. Friendships will shift, and that is okay. Some friendships just don't make it to the next version of you. People grow, people change, and sometimes they just drift away. And it's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's just distance, different priorities, or outgrowing people that just no longer align with your peace. I used to take it personally. I don't anymore. I used to mourn those losses heavy. But now I look at it like not everyone's meant to stay for the full ride of my life. And the people who love you, who love the real you, the growing you, the peaceful you, they won't need constant reminders to stick around. One of the hardest lessons that I learned was that you can love someone deeply and still outgrow their place in your life. Protecting my peace means not holding on to what doesn't hold me anymore, and not holding on to the things that do not serve me. And that includes people too. If you are in that season of losing people, it's okay. You're not alone. You're not the first, and you're not going to be the last. And my advice to you is to make space for the people who match with the woman that you are becoming. The next thing I learned in my 20s is being soft is not weak. Listen, I'm gonna have to say this again. Being soft is not weak, okay? Listen, being a military woman, a wife, a business owner, a mom, all the above, there's this pressure that you have to be strong all the time. But strength isn't just loud and it's not aggressive. It can be soft as well. In fact, some of the strongest things that I've ever done in my life were done in silence. They were done gracefully. They were done softly. And let me just clear this up. Living a soft life is not about laziness, okay? It's not about avoidance. It's literally choosing not to hustle your peace away. That means choosing boundaries. That means choosing rest. That means choosing emotional intelligence, okay? Ease, all of that. I can't tell you how many people think that because I'm in the military or because I run a business or because I'm a mom that I must be strong in the traditional way. And I won't lie to you, I am, but my strength is in how I carry myself, not how loud I am. My strength is in how I say no without guilt. It's in how I choose joy over stress and how I protect my peace like it's sacred, because it is. But the soft life that I have is because I earned it, and it's worth everything that I had to learn and unlearn again to get there. Choosing to live a soft life where I protect my energy, my mind, my spirit has been radical in the world that glorifies the hustle and the daily grind 24/7. There is power in softness. There's power in choosing stillness, in choosing not to argue with people and not to prove yourself all the time, not to compete. Like, there's power in that. Living a soft life is a valuable choice, and it's something that you definitely need to be intentional with. So keep that in mind as you navigate into your 30s. The next thing I learned, and I swear this is like my life quote, I cannot stress it enough. You can't pour from an empty cup. Woo! Let me say this louder for my mamas in the back, okay? Taking care of you is not selfish. It's necessary, and it's survival sometimes. Can we talk burnout? I used to run myself ragged, saying yes to everything, over-delivering, being the strong one. And I would literally fall into bed feeling like a robot that glitched out. For so long, I ran on nothing but fumes, taking care of everybody else, showing up for everybody else and everything, just being everything for everybody. until I realized that I was running on empty. And I had to realize that no one was going to come and rescue me from that cycle but me. I had to give myself permission to rest, to slow down, to log off, to leave text messages on red without feeling guilty, to put my phone on do not disturb. I had to learn to take naps, like real naps when I can, and not just crashing out from exhaustion naps, but literally incorporating time where I am giving back to myself and my rest and my mental sanity. And guess what? The world did not fall apart. Things didn't just go crashing down. Everyone didn't just need me, okay? As much as you like to believe that a lot of things run with you in the center, that's not always the case. And you'll be surprised that people will figure it out with or without you. Now, they may depend on you while you are doing it because you are somewhat enabling them. But when you just remove yourself, and sometimes you have to do it slowly, everything will be just fine. The world, your world, will not fall apart. You will just learn how to get better at living in it. So now I rest without feeling guilty. I say no without over-explaining. I incorporate boundaries. I choose me, even if nobody claps for it. Know that you are allowed to choose peace over chaos, over people pleasing, over burnout, over feeling guilty, and you will thank yourself later. Trust me. The next thing that I learned is that marriage is work, even if it's good. Let's talk about it, because marriage in your 20s, let me just say, is beautiful, okay? But it's also hard. It's not like movies. It's not all matching pajamas and vacation pics, okay? It's bills, it's communication, it's compromise, it's lots and lots and lots of inner work, and it's choosing each other over and over and over again, even on the days that you don't necessarily feel butterflies, okay? Sometimes it's not all butterflies. Sometimes it's worms. But it's showing up even when you don't feel like it sometimes. And that can be hard. My husband and I got married at a very young age. We practically grew up together, and we learned how to navigate our individual growth without falling apart. And there was no handbook or anything for that. We just had to learn it. There were moments when me and my husband had to look at each other and ask, are we on the same team or not? Like, it wasn't always cute, okay? But it was real. And as a wife, I had to unlearn fairy tales and build real love. Love rooted in respect, love rooted in growth, forgiveness, partnership. And guess what? Some of the best growth that I had came after those hard conversations. And nobody likes to have those hard conversations. I get it. Trust me, the conversations that you don't necessarily know what's on the other end of them, those are the conversations that grow you closer than you could have ever imagined. So do not be afraid. If you don't take anything else from this video, do not be afraid to have those hard conversations with people, not only in your marriage, but in all your relationships with people, all your friends, your family, your coworkers, your job, whatever. Do not be afraid to have those hard conversations, because that is what just takes that burden off of you, that lifts the heavy weight off of you. And whatever is on the other side of that conversation was meant to be. So, okay, back to the marriage thing. Know that love is a choice, but peace is also a choice, and you do deserve to have both. All right, my next point. This one is a big one, okay? Your path won't always look like theirs. And that is a blessing, not a curse. Comparison is the thief of joy, okay? It will rob you blind if you let it. In your 20s, it's easy to look left and to look right and see others getting all the things, right? The house, the 6-figure job, the travel life, the raise, the glow up. And you see all that so much that you start doubting your own lane. Right? Like, am I in the right lane? But, your path is your path. It's divine. and it's yours, okay? Mine didn't look like anyone else's, okay? I joined the military, I became a mom, I built a business from scratch, and still have dreams that I'm chasing at this current point in my life. And every step, every detour, every delay has made me who I am today. It's very important to embrace your timeline, okay? Your story is your story. It's not delayed. You are on schedule, okay? Your glow up is on schedule. And let me just say this. If your life doesn't look like the whole Instagram thing that you imagined when you was like 20 or 21 years old, it's okay. That does not mean that your life is behind, and it certainly does not mean that you are failing. I had dreams that I thought that I reached by 25, didn't happen. Some that I still haven't hit yet. But I've learned to fall in love with the process instead of the pressure. We don't celebrate enough the women that are evolving quietly, okay? The ones that are healing, the ones that are starting over, the ones that are building still but slowly. We don't recognize that enough, and you don't know what people are going through. So it's very easy to fall into that mentality that you are somewhat not capable of being on the same path as someone else, when your path is just as good in its own way because it's yours. And you have to normalize telling yourself, I'm not where I thought I'd be, but I'm proud of how far I've come. These are things that just aren't taught, okay? But I hope you're listening. So that brings me to my next thing that I learned. Let's talk about those silent seasons, okay? Nobody's clapping for you. Okay, clap for yourself. There are going to be times where you are working hard, where you are showing up, you're in the daily grind, the daily hustle, you're sacrificing things, and nobody is noticing all the hard work that you are putting in. No one's clapping, no one's reposting you, no one's checking in. That is when you have to learn how to clap for yourself. Celebrate your quiet wins, honor your small progress. Pat yourself on the back, okay? Simply for just getting up and choosing growth, whether people realize it or not. You don't need the applause of a crowd to be valid. You don't need an audience, but do believe they are watching. But just because they're silent doesn't mean that you have to feel like you aren't somehow successful enough, or that you have to keep pushing yourself even further because you're waiting on the validation of others. Your own validation is enough. So for my fellow 20-somethings, give yourself some grace. This decade is not just about making it, okay? It's not over when you reach your 30s. It's about becoming her, becoming yourself, and enjoying the ride. Move with the intention to become softer, to become stronger, and to become wiser. I learned to become the woman that finally trusts herself, walking away from what no longer serves me, and knowing that peace is the true prize. All right, babes, I hope this video resonated with you. If it did, drop down below in the comments your favorite part and add on to this conversation. If there's some that I missed that you learned in your 20s, please feel free to drop them down below. Help a girl out. I truly appreciate it. And let's just chit chat down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn the notification bell on so that you don't miss out on any videos that I post in the future. As always, be yourself, be you, be beautiful, and be untamed. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.